Yes, people, hope everyone's good. In today's video, I'm just going to talk about a few things that I do every single day that tend to keep me in a positive frame of mind. They help me with my sobriety and keep me sort of just moving, keep my life moving forward in a positive way. It's just a few simple things really that I do every morning when I first wake up and every night before I go to bed. And it's something that sort of evolved over the years into a sort of system that I kind of use every single day. When I notice that when I do this, it does make a big difference in my life. And when I don't end up doing it for whatever reason, or I have a period of time where I've not done it, I do notice my life starting to spiral down and sort of, just take a turn for the negative, really. So anyway, I use just general notebooks like this to keep track of things. I've had hundreds and hundreds of these over the years. So the first thing that I do as soon as I wake up, the first thing I do is I make myself a nice strong coffee, because I'm not really a morning person. It takes me a while to come round. It always has done. But then I sit with my coffee and I write out a list of 10 things that I'm grateful for. So it's a gratitude list, basically. And some things will be the same every day. Sometimes they'll change from day to day, and it can just be anything really. So some of them are family members that I'm just grateful for. Some are things that happened the day before. It could be achievements that I'm happy with. It could be just something as simple as enjoying my morning coffee, or enjoying the fact that it's a sunny day outside and I'm going to go out for a walk. Anything can on there. It's just it just helps me to sort of focus on the positive things in life. And the fact that I've got to get 10, it makes me sometimes, towards the end of the list, I'm having to think. So I'm having to really go through what's good in my life at the minute, which is a good thing. Like, for example, a couple of days ago, I just got a nice text from my brother in the morning about one of the videos that I'd made, saying he'd just watched it and he thought it was good, and saying his thoughts on it. And I just thought that was really nice, and that went on the gratitude list. So yeah, that's number one. The first thing I do every morning, I wake up and I sit and I write out 10 things that I'm grateful for. Then after that, I meditate for 20 minutes. So how I do that, it's mindfulness meditation. I have a YouTube video that's just literally a bell at the start, a bell after 10 minutes, and then 3 bells at the end, so that I know, where I am. And all I do is I just sit on my bed, cross my legs in a comfortable position with my hips open, and close my eyes, and I just focus on my breath, and I just focus on feeling the breath going in to, where it goes in my nostrils, and then feeling the breath coming out. And what happens is, you notice loads of thoughts popping up, and all you do is you just recognize those thoughts and then just observe them and just let them go without judging. And what happens is, after time, as you get more used to this, you notice that as the 20 minutes goes on, or however long you meditate for, the thoughts start to calm down and you start to get quiet, and you just notice everything's really, really quiet. And you just get a real sort of peace and tranquility. And what I find is that carries on through the rest of the day, and it helps me to keep my because I can get irritable sometimes, it helps me to really keep that under control. And it just helps me to life in general, to just keep it on sort of an even keel. And that's all I do in the morning, really. That's my morning, what you'd say, ritual. So I do my list of 10 things that I'm grateful for, and 20 minutes meditation. And then I go about my day. And at the end of the day, I write down my training at the gym. So for example, yesterday was train back, 30 minutes walking, 30 minutes steps. And this changes obviously depending on what my goals are, what my gym goals are at that particular time. At the moment, I'm not writing down what I eat, but when I'm dieting, I'll write down my calories and my protein. I don't want to get too technical on the fitness stuff, because I want this to be more of a general thing of what I do every day. But yeah, if I'm cutting, I'll write down my calories and my protein, because sometimes I'll have high calorie days, sometimes I'll have medium, and sometimes I'll have low days. So I just keep a track of it that way. So I write that down, and then I write down a to-do list, and this is just before I go to bed. I write down my to-do list for the next day. I try and keep it to about 5, 6 at the most. I've gone as far as 7, but I try and keep it down to about 5 so that it's achievable. And I don't always get all these things done. Now, what I try to do is I have one thing on the list of things that I need to do, which is just non-negotiable. It's gonna get done no matter what, because at any period in time, I'll have one specific thing in my life that I'm working on, which is kind of takes precedence over the rest. So right now, at the moment, my focus for the next 90 days, I started, I think, sort of 6 days ago, and you'll notice that I've been uploading YouTube videos every day. My focus for the next 90 days is building this YouTube channel. So the first thing on the list is record a YouTube video, and that's non-negotiable. That's got to get done no matter what. Now, it's now, I think, about 1:30 in the morning, and I'm doing that item. So it doesn't mean that I'm going to do that straight away. It's not going to be necessarily the first thing I get done, but no matter what, it's going to get done before I go to bed that day. And that's what I'm doing right now. The other things on the list, some of them, I'll try and keep them in order of importance. I don't always manage to do that, because sometimes I think of things later and, add it on the list. But I do try and do them in order of importance. So some of the other things on the list for today, so record a video was the first one. Take my granddad out, which is something that I do pretty much every day. Record the intro for a transformation video that I'm working on. I've not managed to do that today, and I won't be able to do that today. I'm not going to have the time to do that, but that's not one of the non-negotiables. It's something that it would have been nice to get done. I've not managed to get it done, but it'll just carry on to tomorrow's list. Then I've got my training, which was shoulders and an hour of cardio, which I've done. I've just got back from the gym actually about half an hour ago, which is hence why I'm only just getting around to doing this video now. And then I've got 20 minutes reading. There's a book I'm reading at the moment, and 20 minutes course. Now what that is, I'm doing a computer programming course, learning a new programming language. So 20 minutes might sound like it's not much, but because they're not my main focus at this particular time, I'm just trying to take baby steps. So them goals are still there in the background, and I'm working on them every single day, even if it's just for 20 minutes. And over time, what you find is, if you're just doing little baby steps, they all build up, and after a long period of time, you've made some really good progress. So I do that. I do my to-do list for the next day, and then I do another 20 minutes meditation, and I go to bed. And that's it, really. Simple, straightforward. But I do find that doing those things every single day, it helps me with a routine in general, which I think is super important if you want to get anywhere, and if you want to, keep your life moving forward in the right direction. You need routine, and it also keeps me in that positive outlook, no matter, even if really bad things are going on, which, over this past 2 years, I've had some really, really rubbish things happen to me. And by sticking to this and doing it every day, it really has helped me through those difficult times, and helped me to sort of just keep on the straight and narrow, really. So I hope that's been helpful. Hope you might be able to take something from this, and thanks for coming. Take care. See you soon.